Hope everybody out there is doing okay. It started a bit late, sorry about that. I'm still having trouble getting to bed early. Ugh. And we need to put a halt to it even earlier. I think it does have something to do with the freezing no longer being there all of a sudden. Because the freezing was kind of a decent motivator to like just go to bed already. You'll just be freezing here, kind of thing. And now that that's gone, it's like I could just like zone in and just stay in a trance of doing whatever I was doing for way too long. All right. Let's see. There's plenty going on in the world. The whole situation with Iran. I mean, I did call it like a long time ago. There are like parts of my vision that I always thought were weird. Like very strange thing, like things that I really never in that part of the video, I could never really make sense of it. What was really going on, right? But I think something weird might happen with Iran that will be very comparable to what happened to Japan in World War II. Well, not as much as like, oh, they're gonna all get firebombed, but rather that they're gonna like take a narrative of being hit with a nuke or like a newer weapon kind of thing. Something. I think it might be some giant beam weapon or something, like, and they're gonna go with like a space laser or the Death Ray or the Death Star or whatever. That was like part of the vision. It still freaks me out. I mean, I saw that over 20 years ago. Ugh. It was always puzzling. But they might just like, maybe like the mullahs are kind of sick of the whole game too. Like they know like this is not gonna end well and they want to surrender, but they can't just like make up because of the nature of their empire. Their religious empire, right? So maybe taking a hit and then surrendering is like what they will do in a very specific way. But I think something like that could happen. It's all just complicated. But I think that like a pretty broad war might actually break out again surrounding Iran. Yeah, and of course, well, I haven't actually seen the pictures or videos because I don't like to watch those kinds of things, but apparently this supposed modest ISIS group in Syria that had been taken over, they're like ravaging the local Alawites. It's just terrible. I mean, like, it's just more horrible stuff. Like that part is like, it's a serious atrocity. And I mean, like, and like all they had to do is not do that sort of thing. Yeah, all you have to do is just not be some sick genocidal, oh, they're not the right people, they must die kind of. And all you have to do is just not have that. And then it'll all be done. But now, like, yeah. It's just sick. Like, especially after they supposedly call themselves moderates. Like, oh, we're better than that. And then this happens. I mean, it really pissed me off, really, when I heard that. It makes me feel like Islam is actually fucked. Maybe just as much as like this radical Israel fanaticism. Like, they're equally fucked. Like, neither are sustainable. Like, neither. Ugh, I hate dwelling upon that subject. It's just horrible, that sort of thing happening. But yeah, Trump basically started piling on in a way with the Iran situation. And so maybe they're gonna like hit Iran at some point with some big beam weapon, and it's gonna be really spectacular. I think that nobody's actually gonna get hurt in it, because they're gonna like announce it ahead of time, like evacuate, this is gonna be hit, kind of thing. This might be an event, like an event where basically Trump is unveiling like a Death Star-like capability, like beyond the idea of nukes, which really don't exist. But I mean, if you see a giant beam weapon and then like a whole place is just leveled, then yeah, that changes everything. Right? Because I mean, like, oh, nukes, it's fake. It's like, yeah, that's cool, and it did its function geopolitically. But the great thing about it, it was fake. That was so great about it comparatively. If like an actual freaking beam is just gonna blow up something, then well, a lot of people are, of course, going to be skeptical about what that was. But, I mean, it is basically been live demonstrated. Then. Right? Either that or a typical controlled setup. This is how I back engineered it. Like with what they do with nukes. They don't just like do a photo op with like what they did in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. They firebombed the shit out of the place, then dropped a special bomb, made a photo op with it. The special bomb wasn't really special. It was just not a firebomb, but just a regular, bigger explosive. And then they used the mushroom cloud in a certain setup to just suggest, like, this is a nuke. And there are ways, like, I believe that nuke tests in deserts are actually stockpiling giant amounts of dynamite or big amounts of explosives, like a warehouse full of Semtex or something like that. TNT might be a bit risky. I don't know how they do it, but like enormous explosion. Of course, something you have to carefully assemble, right? And it can be tactically worked out that you can just agree, like, you nuke us, and then we surrender. We're gonna build a giant stockpile of explosives right there to explode a nuke when you hit us, right? And it might even be like a regular missile strike, and then the receiving party triggers the warehouse explosion, and then like, oh, we've been nuked. Oh, this is so devastating. Oh, we can't have nuclear war. We surrender. Kind of thing. So that might also happen. Right? Maybe some kind of more open war between forces from Israel and the United States versus forces from Iran. Maybe that will happen first. But if it's gonna end, then it's gonna end in, with either like a giant beam weapon strike to demonstrate awesome power of like a Death Star, or a nuke receiving. Well, and it might be like a really big one. Like, who knows how big they would pilot. Maybe like, something huge. So anyway, those are my predictions about how this is going to roll out. And I have like very strong vision images that echo from way back. Because I was always puzzled about the whole thing surrounding Iran. What I was seeing there. Hello, Borders Boy, by the way, good to see you. Right, so we might be beholding some serious geopolitical theater. Because that's what it is, like nukes, geopolitical theater. And I mean, it's part of the play. It's...
Oh my god, bro.
The nukes itself are like a stagecraft kind of thing. But I mean, when there's threat of nukes and the others like, bring it on, I mean, that does mean shit hits the fan. Like, there might not be actual nukes, but that is like a full-in war, totalen krieg type of situation, which like would absolutely be devastating. And people would just end up calling it nuclear war because there would be really big explosives and who knows. But actual nukes are like never gonna be seen.
Oh my god, bro.
So geopolitically, it's more like a symbol. Like, we're gonna use the next level arsenal. Or like our secret weapons. That's what I always thought that nukes symbolized. It's like weapon advancement that's not necessarily on the radar. Right? Keeping military weapon advancements secret has been like a very long holding tactic. I mean, it's becoming less viable now because of the internet age and information being transferable so easily. So if something is unveiled, then like everybody can quickly copy it now. Right, so secrecy on weapon advancements has always been like very important in like all bigger militaries. Right? You have the regular stuff you use that everybody's used to and is expecting, and then you have secret weapons that might be utilized. But if you do, you really want to make sure that it doesn't get back engineered by the opponent. Mike Digzirek, okay. So yeah, geopolitics and visions. I mean, it's weird, man. I wish that at the time when I was having that, from the moment from which the setting of my spirit was lent to basically enter the vision, I wish I just would have had more feel for politics and geopolitics as I do now. Because I didn't have any feel for it, guys. Like, going through the thing, I have the memories of it. I was just like, I don't know what to do with this all the time. It's like, I'm too young. Like, I'm not interested in it. How do I make sense of this? Right? 17. Like, yeah, 17, you're not gonna be a genius at like being able to deal with politics. That's very rare. You think Ukraine will surrender to Russia? I think Zelensky has to basically keep the war going forever, because as soon as he stops, he has to like flee and disappear. I think he's got like basically a gun to his head about it, because of like the financial situation. Like, there's like a scheme going, and if he stops, he's fucked. Like, that's kind of the setup, and that's why he's like being so ridiculous about everything. Like, he's put himself in the bet. I mean, can't you see it? Can't you just feel that that's the case? Like, that guy is in over his head so much. Like, he wanted to go out, it's just that he can't. Like, they're gonna hunt him down if he ends the war. So he's like completely fucked one way or the other. Right? But who knows? It could happen either way. Either he just keeps pushing it until probably Russia just hypersonic missile bombs like the entire general staff and Zelensky at a certain point. Or, as I saw in my vision, or Zelensky ends the war and they all scatter and just try to disappear, and then we hear later about how they were killed here and there and imprisoned here and there, and some are still elusive. Like, it's gonna be either way. But it is going to end though. Like, the actual warfaring is not going to continue indefinitely. It can't. Like, the money's running out, money influx is stopping. What Europe is supposedly giving them is not going to be enough. Right? And because we don't have the military equipment to give. So they're done militarily. Finances are running out. They're not beloved. Like, there is like this, Ukraine cult thing on the internet that mega corporations, that big tech has helped with the narrative. So there's a bit of a cult following. But other than those people, like, it's really unpopular. Zelensky is just despised on average around the world. And everybody wants that war to end. So it's going to stop. How it's gonna stop could be either way. Again. But I'd say like the Ukraine war with Russia like is effectively over. I don't think they're gonna be able to push it beyond this year. The biggest trouble is that if they really wanted to, they could still do a lot of damage. I mean, God forbid they go into like a scorched earth policy and literally like wreck all of Ukraine, which they might just do. You never know, man. we've seen really dark shit coming out of that camp, like against their own citizens and all that, like really dark shit. So right, so that's, I hope that helps. Mike, did you have any more specific question? Right, because I mean Ukraine is not, or yeah, I mean Ukraine, everybody there, they just want it to be over. Like, I don't think Ukraine really even cares that much, the people. It's just that they have this cult there of Russia hating Nazis. And it is a cult. Doesn't seem like anyone can stop Putin. Yeah, I know. Hey, I called it. I called it years ago. Like on my shows, I said it. Like, it doesn't matter what the world throws at Russia. Like, Russia is not going to be defeated. Like, even if the world could be completely wrecked by theoretical nuclear Japan, or if it was destroyed in some other ways, like you could destroy the entire world and Russia will still survive. Even in like a theoretical, nuke, doomsday, the mad doctrine. Like, I believe even presupposing that Russia would still survive. But, I mean, yeah. No, militarily, Russia cannot be defeated. And the entire world is out of their mind to want to get rid of Putin, because Putin is like the best thing for the West ever. This is gonna sound weird, in a way he's like our redeemer. Like, he is one of the guys who's grown out of the Soviet Union against that, against those things, the bad things, the Jacobin things. That's just how he is, whatever his past is. This is his style. It's like pragmatic, lawful, neutral, and it's great. And he wants to, like, he just logically knows, like, yeah, if you heal the world, like, everybody will do better. And if you're the one that's done that, like, you'll have even more credit. And Russia has all the resources in the world, literally. Like, if you theoretically built a gigantic barrier, like a dome, like all over all of Russia, like a mini dome thing, well, it would still be huge, right? And Russia would like permanently cut off of the entire world. It would still like survive and thrive, because they have all the resources that they will ever need, of all sorts, everywhere around their land. So, and they're militarily competent. They have good morals too. Like, their soldiery is educated to perform like with high morale, no delusions, and being like very Christian about things. Like, they genuinely really want to protect citizens. That's real. Like, and I mean, what is it? Up until 50 years ago, so let's just say 80 years ago, it wasn't like that. It was much more grim, right? Because it was like under the Soviet Union and some yeah, that did like it had its satanic phase. I mean, that's like the consequence of like Russia, of Sovietism. They're very satanic. exploitive of just going places where you morally shouldn't. That's typically the communism. And Russia did have it. So, like, as they say, like, yeah, our grandpa was kind of a psycho. But we survived, and now we better. Right? But, yeah, Putin cannot be stopped. And nobody in their right mind should want them to be stopped. Like, they are great. Maybe Ukraine could become a US territory? No. No, it's not going to be. Definitely not that. I mean, US territory, that's like a long. That's no. It's just too much. The Russia's not going to accept the US territory right directly next to it, other than Alaska, right? But I mean, Ukraine could just become a country that's just more industrious and more developed with farming and just like produce for the world. But it would really have to be self-sufficient, because it's going to be surrounded by other nations, other groups that all have like an interest in like getting something out of it. If it would just be one party, then there would be parties that are basically left out, and then it would like probably start another war for control again. I mean, it'll never end. So it's like self-sufficiency is probably a good thing, but it's self-sufficiently like kept in check by Russia. I mean, no more Russophobia crap. Seriously. And that's not just in Ukraine. I mean, there will always be people there that are like, no, never pro-Russia, never. Okay. Just don't try to create a mess again. Like, just don't attack them, don't do it, just leave it alone. Right? And then, of course, there's the Russophobic European commissars and all that. With their crazy war economy ideas. Something has to be done about that too. Like, in a way, they are like the last bastion, last holdout of globalism now. China's already betrayed them, rejected them. America is like, globalism heart is waning, it is getting drained, the swamp is getting drained. Maybe not perfectly, but I mean, it is happening and it is irrevocable. And so Europe is now kind of the globalist last stronghold. They're commissars, right? Besides Europe, also the UN and World Health Organizations, all the big bureaucratic groups that are supposedly philanthropic, right? They're all still globalists, but their influence is also starting to wane in the face of the new powers. And yeah, globalism, I mean, it's gonna end, and somebody has to just stop the European commissars. So somebody has to be able to stop it. Like, or we will get like looted to no end. Like, these people know no shame in how much they like to parasite on the people here. Just like, oh, we need a couple of billion for this, and like, yeah, I'm just gonna sign it. Like, yeah, but everybody's against. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it anyway. Like, they're like that. It's really fucked up. Like, it's getting worse. right? I mean, being aware of it, like when does the public have enough awareness of how fucked up some people are, right? At some point, something's actually gotta make it change. Beyond just everybody's aware of how much of us fucking scumbags they are. There's gotta be a response to it. If there's people there that don't care whether the entire world sees them as scumbags, they'll still do it anyway, then just being aware that they're scumbags is not gonna be enough. Yeah? This may be a serious problem. Alright, I should put that in the title. I guess today is a very geopolitically inspired show. Never really know ahead of time. I don't plan this sort of thing. It's just what comes rolling out of me. Yesterday I was thinking about it and I'm like, oh god, no. Now I'm thinking about it like, and it's like, blah, 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 blah. It's okay, yeah. Guess I'm talking about geopolitics now. All right. So now it's called the Iran situation vision and the inevitable end of the Ukraine war. Can I get a Rogan's up from you guys? Yeah. Rumble. What are you doing, Rumble? Ukraine is Russia's Afghanistan from the 80s? No. What a strange comparison, Borders Boy. That's a very strange statement to make. Why do you think Ukraine is Russia's Afghanistan? Like, the entire setting is completely different. Like, Russia's Afghanistan, comparatively, is better compared with United States Vietnam. Right? You think you can just take them out because they're primitive, but then they turn out to have like really devastating tactics with very primitive measures. That's what that was more like. Ukraine is not that. Ukraine doesn't have like gigantic mountain caves everywhere and hit and run tactics. No, it's an open field tank kind of war. You can't compare it to Afghanistan at all. You think Russia's... Borders Boy... I'm really disappointed. I thought you would have a better feel for this. No, Russia absolutely has a chance to win. They had from the start. The reason why they're not is because of the geopolitics. Because Russia actually doesn't want to be the bad guy. Right? If they would just take it at all costs, like they would have had it like very quickly, because it just blow up all of it. Like all the key parts, and just move in and just take it. With brute force very quickly. Like, dude, Ukraine never had a chance. Never. But Russia is currently playing out the entire situation defensively and is more concerned with geopolitics than the actual war situation itself. Yes, like many civilian casualties because of the Ukraine situation, that's one thing. Soldier casualties, yeah. But I mean, all of that is surprisingly, for people on the outside, it barely is making a dent in the total forces that they have. Okay, Borders Boy, shut the fuck up. Wrong end of the coup. You're out of your mind, dude. You're so fucking wrong, Borders Boy. Unbelievable. Yeah, if Putin will be on the wrong end of a coup d'etat, that's gonna mean fucking hell for the world. You got it? Yeah? If Putin's team, if they fall and other Russians move in, yeah, now the world is absolutely fucked! Don't be a fucking idiot. Yeah? Why do you think the Jacobin globalists have putting him on the Hitler pedestal list? Yeah, why do you think Putin is on the freaking Hitler pedestal? It's because when he's actually really a stabilizing good guy right now in the whole thing. If he fucking falls, the real fucking nightmares start happening, yeah? Don't be an idiot. Borders Boy, you're just absurdly wrong. Can't believe that just came out of you. They said that about Afghanistan? Said what about Afghanistan? Yeah, Russia had no chance to win in Afghanistan because with all the technology they had to offer, the amount, like with low-tech forces, the Afghanis could still take on their high-tech, do a lot of damage with relatively low-tech. And some secret CIA support. That's all been declassified, right? So, it's not the same situation. Afghanistan is not Ukraine. And besides, when that was happening, Russia was still the Soviet Union. It was much faster. It wasn't just Russia. It's a different setup. Right? When you are big like that, like the Soviet Union was, bloated, you need your forces to basically stabilize like all the regions. So you don't have tons and tons to spare. Russia isn't occupying a whole bunch of shit. It doesn't need the majority of its forces to occupy places for stability. Like, so it has a lot of soldiers to spare. Like, it's just in every respect, Afghanistan cannot be compared to Ukraine right now. Just no. Totally different. Yeah, the Ukrainians do not have super local terrain adapted tactics. They don't have it. Like the Afghans did, who really used the mountains. Used the knowledge of it. Like, they were just very good at defending that territory, even against high-tech equipment like those big helicopter things that Russia have, right? So the losses were too great, and then, like, yeah, there's no point in continuing this. Yeah, Ukrainians do not have, like, oh, we have special tunneling tactics, or no, they're just kind of like Russia, the same. Very dependent on technology. And they're just basic war tactics. And like dirty media, ops, lies, and false flags all over the place. That. But they don't have like an edge tactically like the Afghans did. So it's not a war of attrition. Yeah, it is. And Russia's winning. Big time. They have more tech than exploding goats. Yeah, but so does Russia. Yeah, the cost the war is having for Russia is doable to them compared to the cost for Ukraine, which is completely undoable. And that's why they're constantly desperate for more money and equipment and soldiers from abroad. It's not working. Yeah, and besides, exploding goats are freaking terrifying, dude. Right? The terrifying thing about them is that you don't expect it. I mean, it's just a goat. Like, they're everywhere in the mountains. And then it just turns out to have an explosive. I mean, that's fucked. That's not what's gonna happen in Ukraine. In Ukraine, it's like just frickin' drones and landmines and snipers and ugh. I mean, war on both sides is just devastating now. But I think that like the Russians are actually way more considerate and protective of their own soldiery in the war than the Ukrainians are. With the Ukrainians, just seem to have this mentality of just go to the front line, they're like almost having like World War I mentality about it. Just send in the meat and then hope that some of them might succeed. Like that's seem to be like a lot of their actual tactics. And that's why it's such a slaughterhouse. Russians don't seem to be doing that. They're not just like, just move in, right? You might all be shot. Like, no, they don't do that. They are actually apt of taking care of their soldiers and the citizens on top of that. And that includes Ukrainians. Like, they don't slaughter Ukrainian citizens. Like, Ukrainian soldiers slaughter Russians. And Russians have no interest in any sort of genocide. Russians, they just want their cousins and nephews in Ukraine to be safe. That's it. Right. Anyway, I hope everybody's appreciating the show. You might not. I mean, these are all subjects that bring up a lot of resentful feelings with people, which is completely understandable. I'm not exactly happy about war either. But I will just make certain predictions and will make comparisons and diffuse misunderstandings. Don't forget to Rogans it up if you're liking it. I got 3 Rogans, I see. Nice. Thank you for that. I think I can add the chat. Yeah. Weather's so beautiful. I mean, it's just... I love pristine blue skies. And I love that I can still see airplanes that are just not leaving trails. I'm like, yes, see? They can just fly and not leave trails. Like, it is physically possible. So it's been decided not to spray. It makes me happy that there seems to be a decision like, okay, we're just not gonna spray then. Whoever's doing that, I mean, yeah. Again, I'm not against geoengineering, I'm just against geoengineering being in the control of people that have eugenicist thoughts and ideology. Like, no, not those. They should not be in control of any kind of weather manipulation. But sensible geoengineering to like optimize agriculture, to nip natural disasters in the bud, kind of thing. Yeah, I'm all for that. But like, they classify it so there's no more secret things happening in there that on which there cannot be legal oversight because it's all classified, kept under wraps. It's got to be declassified so there can't be no more sneaky depositing experimental materials on humans for like biological research without their knowing, right? That has to end. And the only way to end it is to completely declassify it all and transform it into an openly governed thing, where there is weather government, or governing. Part of regional government. Like, it should absolutely be regional. Every typical weather region, whether it's agricultural or otherwise, they should all manage the weather up to a degree. And people should be like they are involved in democratic processes, should also be involved in having a say over how the weather is managed, if at all. Like, we decline all weather manipulation. There might be regions that's kind of on the outback where there's not a lot of people, where it's like, yeah, we do not do any geoengineering at all. Like, no spraying, no electromagnetic influence. We just let nature be the nature and we'll take it. And then there's other regions that are going to be like, oh no, we need, like, we really, like, this is a great territory. As long as we can make sure that the disaster, like that the frickin' tornadoes stop coming during the season. Because those do all the damage over there. So, like, we don't really do any spraying except around tornado season to literally prevent the tornadoes from ripping the region apart. Right? And that would be the management there. That would be the policy there. And so on. Right? Potentially, like, I could imagine that California would have its very specific own type of weather management. Because they have that black and white situation with like super drought and then super flood. So there should be figured out how can you have a sensible balance between that, and could you like steer it, right? Can you create more rainfall so that it doesn't all just come down in giant buckets all at the same time? Or if it does come down in giant buckets, can you then like make sure that it comes down specifically over water collection reservoirs to steer it, right? Like, the clouds come gathering around the needle. The needle pulls them in. The needle's right over a giant water reservoir, and then like all the water in the clouds, they just come down there. So that there's not giant floods in the cities, and the water reservoir gets maximum absorption. Right? All sensible policy for weather management. I also gave the thumbs up, as I always do. I am a geoengineering Arwen's video rating. This is okay. Maxed out there, thanks for that. And the thing about the geoengineering is that what I've been talking about just now, I think that Trump is really into that. I think that he's like also wanting to like, yeah, let's just use it. We're gonna use it. We're just gonna take control. As man once took control over the fields and did agriculture, now we're gonna take control of the weather, and we're gonna do it right, and we're gonna make the weather great again. Why not? Right? It's already happening anyway in a secret program. Why not just get it out of the shadows, get real with it, get pragmatic with it? No more secret levers from the shadows. Like, all that has got to end. Yeah. Right, hope everybody's appreciating the show. I am liking it. Let's see what Trump is up to. What? Starlink not allowed in South Africa because Elon is not black. Wow. And that's why you should never ever let communists take over your country. Because they will fuck everything as they close it up. Like, communists are just neo-feudalists. It's like, yeah, he's the bad man. We're not gonna use their stuff because he's bad. So the public just doesn't get access. Like, it just cuts off access from actual utilities. That's what communists do. They just find a stupid ass excuse to cut the public off from useful things. Resources, technology, they just cut them off because those people that have it are bad. That's the excuse. But they're basically just cutting their public off. That's what communists do. They're feudalists. It's like, for your own good, like, we no longer allow you to use kitchen appliances. You can only use wooden spoons, and because the people that use them are bad. That's the type of nonsense that what communists are into. And South Africa certainly is sick anti-white, black, cultist type communist, really disgusting. This might sound crazy, but I think the government is MK Ultra programming all of us. MK Ultra programming is just narrative systems, and it's everything. There's MK Ultra programming in absolutely everything. Right? All the frickin' alien talk. All MK Ultra, all the space situation, all of it. Yeah. I mean, I experienced that. Like, they feed you drugs, they make you really suggestible, then they really, like, give you the dream of outer space. And a bit of fear, too, about it. And they just try to imprint the belief of a virtual thing that has been enhanced through drugs, and then you hold on to that. That becomes your inner world. Like, that is, in a way, MK Ultra programming. Like, handing you a dream, and then really deeply imprinting that. By bringing you into a more suggestible state when introducing these things. Like, that is kind of the fundamentals of MK Ultra programming, and it's like, it's all, the world is freaking drenched in it. Like, the entirety of the atheism, most of the scientist priest cult mentality, like, all of it. All the science fiction ideas that are not proven, yet they're just accepted as common fact. That's all MK Ultra programming, all of it. forcefully suspending people in a dream that's not real but can be collectively believed in, and then keeping people stuck in that. Because if they're stuck in a dream, then they can't evolve spiritually in adaptation to the real world. They can only adapt to the dream. That's part of MK Ultra. So yeah, Mike Digzirek. What? Only 38 thumbs down? Can't believe it. Where's my thumbs down? Are the trolls all asleep? Why am I not getting like at least 100 thumbs down? Come on. Is it not worth the effort today? Oh well. Right, hope everybody's appreciating the show thus far. I've been kind of inspired. Don't know if I can continue talking about it, if there's more feedback perhaps. You feel like you're sleeping people from it takes samples of blood? Yeah, that might be your dream spiritual interpretation of, I don't know, mosquitoes and bed bugs or something. Mike? I mean, it is springtime, so yeah, mosquitoes are gonna come back. But yeah. Take samples of your blood? Animals do. Those insects. Right, but there is like this concerted effort, by the way, to collect genetic material or tissue samples. Like that was what like all the COVID testing was all about. It was all about taking genetic samples. Seriously. Like they use that material for their weird the gain of function research type shit. Which is basically just like subjecting it to specific toxic influences and see how it responds. That's what it is. It's like, it's poison research basically. Right? But like nobody's gonna like take samples of blood. Like they don't even need blood for that. I mean, it might help, but just like scraping your inner cheek or your butt. Remember those? The butt sticks, the supposed COVID butt tests. Like they just need some blood? No, they don't need it. Oh, we really need that blood. No, they don't. They don't need that. I mean, they can sure use it if you're just gonna give it to them. Right? I mean, technically, when you get your blood tested to see, like, oh, I wonder if I need to test if I have HIV or something, right? Well, you're literally giving them your blood. They can very easily, in secret, just, like, oh, we're just gonna take half of that blood and send it to the other laboratory, and we'll test it for HIV here. And then now we have a sample of your blood that can be used for all kinds of research, and you'll never know it. Right? Now, let's say 10 years ago, people might have responded when somebody would say this. They responded like, what? No way, no. Doctors would never just do that. That's so immoral. Not gonna have that response right now, are you? Huh? Yeah. Yeah, that spell has been broken. Yeah, now you know that, like, medical institutes and the doctors within them working there, yeah, they have very little moral objections, actually. For quite a while. It was popular belief that they were still good guys. That even enabled the 2020 situation to happen the way it did. But yeah, blood testing, if you give them a sample, I mean, you really need to then trust your doctor that he's just gonna use it for the things that he says he does, because if it's just some random person in a hospital that you don't know what the fuck he's gonna do with that. You might get like a bonus of like 5,000 euros if he just sifts blood samples and just sends corporations. And those people certainly don't seem to have any moral objections in doing such things. A lot of them. Right? We know this now. So consider that. They tell me it's the life force in the blood they want, but they do it telepathic. What? That makes no sense. I mean, there is life force in the blood, and it's like your blood has your spirit in it too, and it can resonate. So, like, if a person is hurt, then their blood, even when it's not in their body but outside it, will like take notice of it. There's a resonance to it. Like, the blood, even though not part of the body, like, I mean, when it's all dried up and all that, then no longer. But as long as it's like fluid and still alive, arguably, like, there's like weird resonance effects with it. And it goes back and forth. You can like detect somebody's spiritual state through just a blood. Right? And you can technically also influence it with resonance. But I mean, that almost gets into weird voodoo shit. It's kind of the same principle as what voodoo uses. Like, you use a sample of material and then you just subject it to spiritual stuff, darkness, demonic influence arguably, and then through resonance, it affects the individual. And can get quite dramatic. So resonance is because being alive as a being is not just what is attached to the whole. If something is separate, it's still resonating your spirit. You can even argue, and this gets really weird, that it keeps resonating even when it's completely dead. Like a husk, a skeleton arguably still resonates. It's strange when you think about it, but it's just a thing. So glad you never donated to this firm back. Considered young. Yeah, no, so I considered that too. But I mean, no. Millions of maxed out bear incubators offspring. Sent beyond the ice wall. Okay, maxed out bear. That's weird. No. Yeah. So that was my response to, oh no, there might be secretly taking blood. Oh, let's talk about blood and resonance and the medical industrial complex, why it really doesn't need it. It doesn't need it all that. Like they've been collecting giant amounts of samples through the COVID tests. Like that's been like genetic material collection procedure. They got more data than they can ever compile. So many people did it. I'm really glad I never did it, not one time. Explicitly no tests. Because people thought like, oh no, don't take the vaccine. Your tests don't. No, absolutely not. So, anyway, I'm gonna take a 2-minute break and I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, don't forget to Rogans it up. coffee. Right. Right. I'm gonna ask for a bit of support. Really hope that people can help me out. Only if you can. Otherwise, yeah, you know where it's gonna go. And I'd prefer to just kind of stay on target and not just have like, I don't know anything to talk about because I'm just worried about not having lunch. Yeah, nobody wants to see that. So, if you just support me like ahead of time, then we might completely bypass all that. And if we just keep having interesting shows. How about that? So, support your local Arwin. PayPal. That would be the most preferable, but you could of course also become Patreon subscriber and like, yeah, there's no benefits. Yeah, there's no benefits to anything. Like, you're already getting everything I have to offer for free. That's right. But if you want that thing that I have to offer for free to everybody to be good and not distracted and not just complaining about not having food, then just support me unconditionally. You're not gonna get special perks for it. You are gonna get like personal credit, personal appreciation for it. But helping me out does give a modicum of trust for me. Like if you're gonna pay me, then at least you're not gonna be just trying to trick me, right? But I mean, it doesn't, if you're gonna send me anything, that doesn't mean that suddenly you could just like cozy up right next to me and just start saying like, oh, you should do this better and that better. Like, no, that does not give you the right to do that either. Just giving you a heads up. Yeah, support is unconditional. Not just legally unconditional, it's also socially unconditional. It's for me to continue what I do. You support me, it's like just like a freaking wind-up doll in that sense. You put money in me and it's just and just get going again. That's it. Yeah. Just put the coin in and let's go. Yay. Right, so support your local Arwin so that I can just keep doing this. Really hope people do appreciate what I have to share, my insights, and my forecasts, perhaps. No flat earth info. Oh, there's tons of flat earth info. Whenever that comes to mind, whenever that is the subject. Tons and tons of it. I have a model, it works. My model has a 24-hour sun in the Antarctic region. That's right. It's called rectangular looping with non-local holographic angular manifestation celestial sphere. And all kinds of options as to like what could be, because I don't have all the information. And I can definitely figure out what could be once we gain the ability to attain that information. Rectangle like a map? Yeah, like a map. Yeah, where the longitude latitude system results in all squares. It's all going to be squares. Yeah, and I think that that is just the rectangle. That is the actual confine of the realm. That's it. And it loops east to west in a straight line. Not around a curve. There's no curve. It's flat, measured flat. Radar spots things because it's flat, thousands of miles away, right? Because it's flat. Doesn't move around a curve and back in the same curve. That's not how physical reality works. Rectangular looping. With unknowns. I mean, there's like blatantly unknown factors north and south. Like, what is north and south? Because there's no South Pole, North Pole points, which are like this, the axis of a supposed sphere. Like, that's not real. There is a border, perhaps. There could be more beyond. Radar has limited range. Yeah, except the radar that doesn't have limited range. What the fuck are you to even say that? How the hell do you know? Do you think 1,000 miles is a limited range? Okay. How do I know? Tech specs. Tech specs. That's how I know. And no, I didn't fucking save it to the computer. You sure it's not that far? Yeah, it is. It is that far. And even if it's like just 100 miles, that's still too far. Yeah? Violates curvature. It's flat. It's flat. Yeah? The geometric curve is not in the way of any signals that are going in all directions. Like from towers, yeah? There's no curve to geometrically block off the signal from further away on the flat Earth. Right. Oh, I'm gonna get another smoke. To flat Earth, Mustafa. Mustafa? What? I don't know who that is. But yeah, it is. The Earth is flat. The geometric orientation of the Earth's surface is flat. Yeah. Water at rest is parallel at every point within the realm. It's all parallel, all of it. Because the geometric orientation of the Earth's surface is flat. Level is flat when water is at rest, and it's parallel everywhere. It's flat. We don't know exactly what the total volume of the realm is, or even perfectly how it's laid out in relation to other space within that realm. But we know with absolute certainty that the geometric orientation of the Earth's surface is flat within the realm. Yeah. And it's probably looping east to west. The realm itself may be a continuum, a looping continuum, like a giant wormhole space. A volume that's completely self-containing, where there is no physical access to any volume outside of it. That's what a loop does. A loop is like a barrier that's of space itself. There's a physical barrier that you can bump into it. You can like fantasize or wonder about how to get through it, or if that's even possible. It would be in your mind. But if it's looping, you can't find the exit then. That's what looping means. It's not a physical wall, but a spatial wall, effectively. It makes sure that you could never get out, because there is no out, because there is no physical barrier. There's just a limited amount of volume, and it's interconnected with itself in a spatial loop. No way to get out. You can't escape a loop because it's looping. You can't get outside of the loop. That flat earth triggers you? What the fuck are you talking about? What the winter? Oh, I'm so triggered. I'm so triggered. Radar upset you? No. It's just whiny, nitpicky, dumbass remarks, yeah? Pretty damn sure there is a radar, not just conventional, everyday radar that's used at airports, but a technical radar that can scan 1,000 miles. Yeah? That's not the standard radar that you'll immediately be able to look up the specs for, because there's a lot of them out there. Yeah? Talking about military radar. US Military Pacific Radar Station. Yeah. What I heard, they go 1,000 miles. And I mean, you fucking need to, because the Pacific is huge. You need the fucking 1,000-mile range. Like Alex says, prison planet. Yeah. Well, you can't escape it. You can't escape the looping realm. You can't get outside of the volume. Looks like we just got somebody that's a little bit oppositional, defiant. That's fine. Yeah, I'm not triggered by you not getting it. By you not being able to let go of the ball and always obsessively finding some way through to justify why it's still a ball after all. Yeah, I know all about it. I simulated it, called ball win. I know what it's like. I'm not triggered by people that are stuck in that. like in any way. I'm unfazed by your baller responses. I'm not secretly hurt because I secretly think that you're winning after all. I know that's what you think, because you're a baller cultist. You can't help yourself. Never mentioned the ball. Oh, okay. Sure you didn't. Okay, so not a ball cultist, just oppositionally defined. Are you an Arwin hater by any chance? Could it be? Just here to do that? Just let me know. I'll just ban you. I did not. Dude, whatever. I don't care. You're nothing. You're just a person on the internet, allegedly, and you nothing. Yeah? You're a nothing. Baller, you're not anything, you're just like, oh, you're just saying things and you're wrong. Right? That's it. Mustel? Is that it? You're just here to point out how I'm wrong? In the meantime, support your local Arwin. What is this? Goody. Oh, apparently PayPal is not is having some stalling issues. Weird. Oh no. How much more do people normally mail to you? Well, I got some supporters. They help me out with, like, whatever they can. I'd appreciate any support. I mean, it ranges from, like, $5 to, I don't know, if I had like $100 even in the past. So it all depends. I mean, any amount would be very helpful, and if it's a lot, it would be helpful a lot. Thank you for offering, Mike Digzirek. Am I saying the name right? Is it Digzirek? XZ right. All right. Let's do it again. Come on. Yes. Ah, I was back. Right, I mean, if you can support me, that would be great. Now the messages are rolling. think I might round out the show. Not sure yet though. I've been going for an hour 45 minutes and I mean it's been pretty good. We'll go to the bank. What's the address? What? Why are you going to the bank? I mean, do you not have PayPal? I mean, bank-to-bank transfer can be very difficult. But I mean, if you want to send me a PayPal, then go to the description box. Click show more, it's right there. It's just the direct link, PayPal me Arwin, or you just go to my email arwin33@gmail.com and insert that. And I'll be getting it. Just post it in the chat for you. I really appreciate that you're wanting to support me. I mean, I can really use it. Got bills to pay and all that shit. But at least, like, I got food for now. Restock up on the sugar. Eggs. I always need to stock back up on eggs. Thank God the eggs are not super expensive. It's just like just as much expensive as anything else. Also, olive oil got really cheaper recently. Apparently they had a couple of really bad seasons with the olive harvesting. But that's been restored, so like that cut a big chunk off. PayPal isn't that Elon Musk? What? No. But who cares? I mean, dude, it's an online money transferring platform. Who cares who owns it? I'm just glad I'm able to use it. Like, oh, it's run by a global. Okay, so then I can't use any banks in the world then? Because I'm pretty sure they're all globers. But no, Elon Musk is not running it currently. Right, but I mean, if you don't like PayPal, you really don't want to, then I mean, you can also, I don't know, do it through Patreon or the Give Send Go. I mean, that works too. But I like PayPal because it's so incredibly quick compared to everything. They used to have like a standard delay for transfers. They cut that back, and now literally you send money there and it can like instantly have it, which is like a miracle to me. Like, wow, that is amazing. You can have it like in 5 minutes. That is impressive. and very useful. Like, so. Why are you trying to wire transfer money? Well, to support somebody that you want to support. Or are you not allowed to do that? I don't know, man. Starting to wonder if this is real. Your account is made today, but I mean it's all fine. Right, so yeah, let me know if you're gonna do it or not. I can sure use it. Wait, in the meantime, I'm gonna take another 2-minute break and I'll be right back. What? And can you pay you back? What? Okay, apparently Blue Pilled Evolution will pay you back. Okay. Good to see you, by the way, Blue Pill Evolution. How you doing? This Saturday. Fire money through. Okay, cool. Well, I guess I'll just notice when you do. A little chilly. Oh, okay. Sun is out. Yeah, that's nice. I mean, it's over here as well. I mean, weather's great. Just look at it. Clear skies, no trails. Nice and sunny. Wire transfer is invalid. I don't know what you're talking about, frickin' wire transfer all the time. But that is a legitimate PayPal address. Okay. Did I ever try the food bank? Yeah, years ago. It's terrible. You can barely even call that food what they have. I mean, they have like really low quality crap. Spoiled fruits. That's like old and stuff and like, yeah. Oh, one thing? Yeah, it's not organic. Yeah? You can just like click the paypal.com/paypalme/arwin hyperlink and like get directly to it. To send her, why does she want what? I don't know what you're talking about, Mike. Start an organic soup kitchen in here. That's kind of funny. That was actually for a while a plan that I did have years ago. Like when in the earlier years that I was living here. But there's not a lot of people, especially poor ones, that like really care about it at all. Yeah, Betsy Pie. Thanks. In the meantime, support my channel. Arwijnimations? What are you talking about? Arwijnimations? No, Rumble might be acting up weird, but it's not doing anything strange on this end. Why the hell not? Why the hell would it not? Be working as long as you're just logged into a PayPal but it's your new account or your wife's. If you're logged in there and you click this, it will work. Mike's link? What? No. Okay. My one works? Yeah, I know. Sorry. Just trying to enjoy the show, stressing you out. What? Take my meds? Okay, this is starting to sound like it's a troll. But, yeah. Great. We'll see. Support your local Arwin. I mean, this guy, I don't know if he's gonna actually do it. He's taking his sweet ass time to do it, and now he needs meds. Okay. Alright. So if anybody else out there that can actually just do it, can support me, then please do so through the PayPal. That would be great. Any support would be very much appreciated. Hope you enjoyed the show. Bit of my vision. No, I didn't get any questions from you guys afterwards, so whatever. I'm used to it. Right, so I'm rounding out. Thanks everyone for coming. I hope you liked this show. If you did, don't forget to Rogan's it up. And if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble and be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through the PayPal, Patreon, Gifts and Go, links are in the description box below, or send me a super chat and a Rumble live chat, or subscribe to my channel. I can really use the support. I'm gonna need it. I'll just be grouchy and complainy about the food and all that, which I know nobody really enjoys that. You just want to have me get to like the esoterics of things and spirit mechanics, realistic, futuristic ideas. That's what you like. Right. So if you'll just support me, then I can stay on target with that. Right. So I'll be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 2226 on a Sunday. Hope to see you all then. Everybody have a great weekend. And yeah, until the next video, keep it flat.
This big old world sure got me running round. I heard a voice that told me settle down. And with the moonlight as my guide and this feeling deep inside, I know now that I'm homeward bound. As I wander through the pines, the whisperings they tell of the many before me who tried and fell, seeking fortune and ways to get to glory days, looking for